The 595th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their brand new Pick 8. Sign up today with promo code MMA SGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer of up to $250 in bonus cash. That's UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MMA SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks with Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Howdy ho to John Marinos. Welcome to the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Episode 595 is going to FP&A. FP&A? Is that our friend in the Discord? I think it is.
That's our friend.
Yes.
That's our friend.
FP&A. This goes out to you for no reason other than being a consistent positive force in the Discord. Thank you for coming to the show, everyone. I am one of your host, Jeff Chalks Fox, and this is part 2 of our PFL 6 2024 regular season breakdown. Yesterday's episode, we covered the bottom 7 fights of the card. We're going to do the final 6 fights in this here episode. It was pretty chalky last episode for Gumby. We'll see how he does in this one. He didn't know the odds. He still doesn't know the odds for these fights. So he's not taking chalky picks for on purpose. It's just shaking out the way. And this is a chalky league to begin with anyhow. So other than last weekend, of course, let's bring in the man himself, and he can give us a preview of his thoughts on the top 6 fights we're going to be covering. That would be Daniel Gumby Reeland himself.
I mean, couple of big favorites probably in there again, including one I bet is pushing 4 digits. I mean, just, I don't know. Stop making them squash matches. Pick these matchups out ahead of time. Pull them out of a hat even. I don't know. I just want to
claim these are random or not?
They don't answer
really
any questions about it. I just want to talk with your matchmaker just for like let's just talk for 10 minutes. That's all I'm saying. And even if I can't publish that interview because he says things he's not supposed to, I'd just like to know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. So anyhow, we're going to have fun. We're going to make money on it anyhow. And the Smart Cage says so. Smart Cage will not let us not have fun. And all this fun's going down in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Sanford Pentagon on Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. Actually, we covered we probably covered almost all of the 6 p.m. start time section of fights. Those are on ESPN Plus. The main card, wasn't it it's a 5-fight main card, is that right? And 9-fight prelims. Is that
I think it's 4, so there's only 13
fights. 4-fight main card.
4-fight main card and 9 prelims.
Oh yeah. So when's the main card starting? 10? 9?
Probably.
10 maybe?
Like 10 o'clock.
9 fights and they're pacing? Come on now. They're pacing. It's going to be like 2 a.m. by the time we get to the main card. But we have a couple of prelims left to cover first because we're not doing a 9-fight episode and then a 4-fight episode. That would mess up our brains very, very much. We like things being even here. Before we jump into it, I may as well tell you, I am obligated to tell you, I want to tell you about that college football season is almost here. The countdown to college football season is on. And SGPN has you covered. The College Football Experience is doing individual team previews for every college football team. That's a lot of college football teams. Plus, SGPN's 5-Minute Fantasy Football is your quick and dirty podcast, getting you prepped for all things fantasy. So check out both of those on your podcast catcher of choice and on YouTube, of course, as well. All right, let's jump into this year card. Let's jump in, pick up where we left off last episode. And this time we're going to be covering, first of all, a welterweight fight. Once I scroll down to it properly. Here we are. Murad Ramazanov from Russia versus Shamil Musaev from Russia as well. So just like the UFC, we got some Russia versus Russia action on this year card. All right, Musaev. I'll just keep saying it. He's a silent assassin. 17-0-1, 10 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's 1-0 in PFL. He's won 2 straight, both via TKO. He's fight at lightweight, 2013 pro MMA debut. Ramazanov, 12-0 with 1 no contest, 4 knockouts, 4 submissions, 1-0 in PFL. Won his last fight via submission, 3-0 with 1 no contest in 1 championship, the biggest promotion in the world, in history, actually. Used to fight at featherweight, lightweight, and middleweight. 2014 pro MMA debut, and a year younger, an inch taller, and 2 inches longer in terms of reach over Musaev. All right, Gumby, break her down.
Arm
reach.
Yeah, when you were like in terms of reach. I think Musaev, I'm going to say slight favorite. Let's say negative 135 on Musaev.
How about minus 110 on both guys?
Oh, that's fantastic. Because I'm going to take Musaev here. I love hearing that's a pick 'em. I thought the way he dismantled Logan Storley would make him a favorite for sure. I think this one comes down to the fact that if you look at these two, look, Musaev is not the classic Russian wrestler that you're looking for. Ramazanov is a little bit more of that guy. I think Ramazanov has got a wrestling advantage in here, but I also think Musaev's wrestling is good enough to force him to box with him. And really, that's how Musaev has made his career. Like, if you go back and you watch, like, it's not by being a dominant Russian wrestler. It's by being a Russian wrestler who knows to stop people wrestling with him and then just looking like an absolute animal on the feet. Like, what he did to Logan Storley was unspeakable. And I'm a Logan Storley fan. I like watching that dude wrestle, and I love his jiu-jitsu game and all that kind of stuff. And we cashed on Musaev as an underdog in that fight because, you know, again, people thought the striker was going to get outworked by the big American wrestler. And look, I think he's going to stuff the wrestler again and piece him up. I think Musaev is way too fast for Ramazanov. I think he's way too sharp on the feet, and I think he can scramble enough to make sure that that's where the fight gets decided. So give me Musaev. I love that this is a pick'em.
All right. I love that you love that it's a pick'em. That's a good way to kick off this year episode. Excellent. All right. We're going to stick with welterweights instead of switching back and forth like we did last episode. Lorenz, Larkin, Alan Domínguez. So U.S. versus Mexico. Yes, Mexico. All right. Let's break down this one. Let's see if this one's a pick'em as well. Play about Larkin first. The Monsoon. 25-8 with 2 no contests, 13 knockouts. He's been knocked out twice. This is his PFL debut. He went 7-3 with 1 no contest in Bellator. He's fought at middleweight and light heavyweight. Has missed weight at welterweight before. Keep that in mind. 5-5 in the UFC, 4-0 with 1 no contest in Strikeforce. The no contest came from a failed drug test. Was a regional champ. 2009 pro MMA debut. Dog, not a fan of Lorenz Larkin for some reason. Domínguez. Do you know his nickname, Gumby?
I don't. Your dog might know.
Tiburon Blanco. Do you know what that means? Tiburon Blanco. Hey, dog, shut up. Thank you. See, it works.
It's
Tiburon
something
Blanco.
It's something white.
Yes, white shark. He's a white shark. There you go. He's 11-6 with 5 knockouts. He's been submitted 3 times. This is his debut. He's won 3 straight fights and 5 of 6. He's not lost fights since February of 2023. Was a regional champion. Used to fight at lightweight. 10 years younger than Larkin. 1 inch of height, 2 inches of reach. And I'm not telling you the odds. Go ahead.
So I had Domínguez at like plus 400 here. Larkin like negative 500.
Yeah. 395 and 310. Minus 395 plus 310.
Oh, only 310.
A little better.
That's a little lower than I thought. It's a little better if you like Larkin. I actually think that this is another fun swing on an underdog. I know there's not a lot of underdogs on PFL. In fact, if you went to the last episode, there was only one that I liked, and it was roughly this size to my surprise. This one's a little smaller than I would have liked, but I really do like the pace of Alan Domínguez. I like the way he moves forward. I like the way he tires people out. And when he does get top control, which I don't know that he'll get against Lorenz Larkin, but when he does get top control, he's really crafty in his ability to keep position. He's not necessarily like heavy, but he uses his legs for like, they call it like a windshield wiper move in jiu-jitsu, where he like moves his legs from side to side, keeps them like moving to, either to a top mount or to a side control or to keep him from being swept or wrestled up. And like, again, I don't know that he'll get there against Larkin, but I do think the fact that we watched Larkin in that Korshakov fight kind of look his age. The power is clearly still there for Larkin, but outside of the power being there, the way he slows, the way his shots are a little bit more telegraphed now, it sort of seems like he's primed for a loss to like one of these up and comers with like, in what's a worse kind of matchup for a guy who's showing his age than a guy who picks his shots well and has good pace. And that's what Alan Domínguez has here. So, maybe I'm underdog hunting a little bit too much here, but when I saw this fight, I was like, oh, Larkin against a guy who I've barely ever heard of. And then I watched his fights and I was like, could he just be the worst matchup for Larkin? You know, possibly. So I think Alan Domínguez is worth a swing here, plus 310.
You know, our YouTube fans love when you go after dogs in PFL. It's one of their favorite things is when you chase after.
It's the only thing that made me profitable at PFL 4 was chasing a big dog in the main event. And they do also love when I get main events correctly, though.
we can't play to a couple of people that make comments. We have to play to the wide the millions of people that are watching.
With that being said, we love all of you that make comments.
Of course,
keep making comments.
I don't care. Keep making
great for the algorithm. We love you guys.
Even if it's a different language, like someone did recently, because it translates for you. So go ahead.
Yeah. Light it up.
All right, we're going through this card fast. Got me lots. We're having so much fun, I guess. Right? We're going to featherweights now, and it is between the Gabriel Alves Braga. He's from Brazil. Bubba Jenkins, the aforementioned. Actually, yesterday he was aforementioned. He's from the United States of America. 3 5-minute rounds, 145. I'm going to tell you about. Who would you like me to tell you about first, Gummy? We'll let you pick. Then you won't know what I'm doing.
Tell me about my beloved Bubba Jenkins.
Bubba Jenkins. I am a bad man is the nickname. I am a bad man. Wasn't it just bad man before?
I think it's been 355 different things. I think he's entering Dontail May's territory.
Kong. The Lord of our Kong. All right, I'm a bad man. He's 21-8, 6 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted twice. Wait a minute. With the nickname, when someone says it, they're not saying that he's a bad man. Whoever's saying it's the bad man. So the ring announcer is going to be the bad man, right?
I don't think
that's a bad nickname.
Works. I don't think that's how that works.
What? They say, Bubba, I'm a bad man Jenkins, and they're saying that like Bruce Buffer would be saying, well, Bruce Buffer thinks he's a bad man. So that actually would check out. But anyhow, all right, we'll tell you. Let's start again with Jenkins. He's 21-8, 6 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted twice, 7-4 in PFL. He's lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight. Regional champion, 8-3 in Bellator. Used to fight at lightweight, 2011 pro MMA debut. He's a wrestling world champion. Okay. And we're moving on to Braga next. He's 13-1 with 6 knockouts. He's been knocked out 1 time. 5-1 in PFL. Won his last 5 knockout. Used to fight at bantamweight, 10 years younger than Jenkins. So back-to-back fights, we got a guy 10 years younger than the other. 2 inches taller, 2 inches reach over Jenkins. And that's all I have for you, Mr. Gumby. So
after that,
what do you think of this one?
After that Kai Kamaka fight, I got to imagine Bubba Jenkins plus 200. Am I wrong?
Plus 105. 105.
Only 105. Damn. So the MMA gods.
Oh, you want to pick them?
I want to. So I literally wrote down. It's on my little list here. The first line underneath the Jenkins versus Braga fight says, "I'm ready to be hurt again," because Bubba Jenkins,
that should be his nickname.
I just can't quit Bubba Jenkins. Like
Bubba, I'm ready to be hurt again, Jenkins.
I know it's in there is the problem. It's like, I know, like if you line up every single one of these featherweights in this division, there's no reason Bubba Jenkins couldn't beat the hell out of all of them. Like
just wrestle them, dude, take them down and beat them up.
Just violently wrestle.
Don't even beat them up. Just take them down.
Yeah, he could just control fights. I mean, like probably now where he's at in the scoring of this season, like he probably needs a finish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But like, what's your path to a finish here, Bubba? Take him down and sub him, right? Like, take his back, TKO him if you want. Like, if Bubba Jenkins wants to win a fight against any of these featherweights and chooses to do so with like the highest level of IQ, I have no reason to think he couldn't beat everybody. Now, I originally thought he was plus 200 here. I'm a little bit less jacked up on this pick at plus 105. You know, I maybe just wait a little bit and let that number come up. Because I do think it'll come up. I think people will remember that Kai Kamaka fight and be bummed out about him. And let their bummed out about him this aid in our number. But like, yeah, I just think Bubba Jenkins, he has the ability to out-wrestle him in this fight. Braga is going to be the sharper striker. He's going to be faster. But I don't think it is like appreciably better than Kai Kamaka in terms of what he does on the feet. And I mean, like, I guess he's got better jiu-jitsu off his back than Kai Kamaka, but I'm not really worried about Bubba Jenkins getting caught. I'm just worried about Bubba Jenkins not wrestling. And as long as he does here, I'll take him at dog money.
All right. And, you know, Bruce Buffer does not have time to say hi to you, Gumby. So don't even dare try to say hi to him if you ever see him. All right.
I won't. Earlier. I won't.
I don't want you getting thoughts in your head about saying hi to him or hey, not even hey. He doesn't have time for that either, kid. Okay, kid?
No. No time for that, kid.
Okay. We have time for Underdog Fantasy, though. Pick 8 is now live at Underdog Fantasy. You can create entries with up to 8 picks, and Underdog will automatically double flex entries so you can miss up to 2 picks and still win your entry. With more picks to make and extra ways to win, the excitement is higher than ever. The best part, you can win up to 325 times your original amount. You can now use specials and boosts on all flex entries. Gumby, do you have a play for us for Monday? You already said Connor McDavid yesterday.
No, I don't have another one. I'm trying to think of who's pitching on baseball on Monday. I got nothing for you.
All right, fine.
Yeah, you do this one.
Here's what you should do.
I'll have one tomorrow.
You should go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com and you should check articles written. I was going to say by Gumby and myself, but by anyone. Gumby and I have articles up there every day. I have a daily best bet article up there every day. That will lead you into your Underdog. We also have Underdog articles every day up there. So there you go. Go to the website and don't miss your chance to try out Pick 8 before it is gone. Sign up with our promo code SGPN MMA to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MMA SGPN.
I have a baseball article due tomorrow about Underdog Fantasy. You could check that out for Monday.
Tuesday?
No, for Monday. For Monday, I have a baseball article.
Gumby, today is Monday.
We're taping on Sunday. You can check
we're not. We don't tape. We're live. Go ahead.
You can check the plays for Monday on my Underdog Fantasy article. It's up now on the SGPN site. And I haven't done any of the homework for it yet. So it'll be coming with homework sometime soon. All
right. There you go. Gummy's got to do homework. See, even when you're all grown up, you got to, in summer vacation, you still got to do homework sometimes. All right. We're off to welterweights. Yeah, you guys are on summer vacation. My kids are still not off school. They still got a few more days, Gumby.
Brutal.
They make them go late here. Yeah. The one's got till Wednesday. The other one's got till Thursday. So poor little children. I guess it doesn't get as hot here as in the States. Is that why they go to school longer? Maybe that's the excuse. I don't know. All right. Because we are in ice villages up here.
That's correct.
From what I've been told. All right. We are third from the top now. It's a welterweight fight. Magomed Umalatov. Why did I say it like that? Umalatov. He's from Russia. No surprise there. Brennan Ward. He is from
Connecticut.
The United States of America. Connecticut. The Connecticut in the United States of America. Have I been to Connecticut? I don't think I've ever been to Connecticut, Gumby. Am I missing out?
Nah. I'm not hating on Connecticut, but like I don't know, they've got one of the best minor league baseball stadiums in America.
Where's that?
Hartford. Hartford's got it's like a top 5 ranked minor league baseball stadium. It's sick.
It used to have a good hockey team too. Well, a fun hockey team with a fun logo. Okay. Let's tell you about. Let's go with Umalatov. Why can't I say his name? Say his name, Gumby.
Magomed Umalatov.
Whoa, listen how fast he said. Umalatov. He's the Prince or Archer Beterviv of MMA. Do you know that nickname?
I don't. No.
Do you know who Archer Beterviv is?
I'm assuming Russian folk character.
Russian Canadian professional. Oh, Canadian professional boxer. See, now I'm interested because I heard the Canadian part. He's a boxer. Yeah, I don't follow boxing because they only punch. That's why I don't follow it. And the scoring is always screwed up. People are always yelling about the scoring. It's even worse than MMA, seemingly, scoring wise. All right. Umala, I still can't say his name.
Just power
the
through.
Prince. I'm going to get made fun of, though. People are going to make fun of me. He's 15-0, 11 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been 6-0 in PFL. I've said his name a million times before. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get the shirt. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. He's fight at middleweight. Sambo champion. 3 inches taller than Ward. 4 inches of reach on him. Irish Brennan Ward. 17-8. 12 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted 5 times. 0-1 in PFL. He's lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 3 straight. His last 2 losses have come via finish. Went 12-7 in Bellator. He's fought at middleweight. 2008 Pro MMA debut. Wrestling champion. 6 years younger than the Prince. I'm going with the nickname. Go ahead.
No, it's really funny that you checked out that the Prince had a boxing nickname and you didn't catch that Brendan Ward's nickname is boxing too. I'm pretty sure
it's true. Irish.
It's an homage to Irish Mickey Ward. And
I assume there was just a lot of Irish people in Connecticut because I've never been there, so I couldn't confirm or deny that. So
I can't
I'm
either.
sure there is. There's Irish people everywhere. There's lots of Irish people everywhere.
Close enough to Boston. Umalatov, what? Negative 500, let's say.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said okay.
I'm asking you. Yeah.
The answer here. You are. Sorry, minus 800.
That's, I mean, logical. Ward's coming off back-to-back losses. I mean, he had that long time away. It looked like he had a resurgence. You know, the losses to Madge and Storley, just like, I mean, they just didn't look good. Like, he looked like, you know, he's hittable. He's easily controlled in position. He himself can't pick the positions. Umalatov's not going to make that easier. I mean, like, I wish there was a bigger, longer breakdown here, but like, it's a negative 800 for a reason. Umalatov, whatever way he wants. Man, I probably don't like the line at negative 800 because I wouldn't like pretty much anybody at negative 800, but like, I can't draw up a path to victory for Brennan Ward at this point. So yeah, give me Umalatov.
Boy, this is gonna come on. Can we not kill more time? You're gonna make this a super short.
I mean, we can talk about how the next two matches are also squash matches that probably
squashes. They're finishing it up with 3 squash matches. Yeah,
this is where the matchmakers did their absolute worst in these last 2 fights.
Yeah, great job, matchmakers, doing your absolute worst. All right, we are moving to the co-main event. It must be really good then. Logan Storley, United States. Laureano Staropoli. He is from Argentina. 3 5-minute rounds. Gummy thinks it's a squash match. Let's see if it is. Staropoli, El Matador. I have no idea what that translates to, but it translates to something, Gumby, right?
The Matador.
Oh, really? Okay. Makes sense now. 13-6. 7 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 1-1 in PFL. 4-1 over his last 5, including winning his last fight. No, losing his last fight via submission. He was on a nice roll till then. 2-4 in the UFC. He's missed weight 2 times at welterweight. So warning, danger on that. Used to fight at middleweight. 2013 Pro Am made debut, 4 inches taller than Storley. Storley. 15-3, 9 knockouts. He's been knocked out once. 0-1 in PFL. Loss over his last 3. Got KO'd in his last fight. 10-2 in Bellator. The interim champion there, or was the interim champ. Also was a wrestling champion. And we're done. And Gumby thinks it's a big squash.
Yeah, give me Logan Storley. Let's see if he's going to be a favorite. It was 800 you said on Umalatov?
Yeah, I think so. Let me confirm.
Then negative 1,000 on Logan Storley, maybe?
You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, he's got to be had to be a bigger favorite. Staropoli lost to Jamie Pickett one time. And largely by not being able to hold positions well. And now he's fighting Logan Storley. And that's no shit. So
derisively, Logan Storley.
Now he's fighting Logan Storley. That's not meant to be shade at Jamie Pickett, but just like the difference between Jamie Pickett controlling you and Logan Storley controlling you, it's wild. You know, I secretly had hope that I was going to get Logan Storley at a good price, whatever his fight following the Musaev fight was, because he got pieced up in that fight, and it's largely because that dude's a beast. But like I thought they would give him a competitive next fight to sort of make him, you know, maybe have decent odds. You know, it would have been nice to see him fight Lorenz Larkin or, you know, a lot of other people in this middleweight division. They gave him a squash match trying to get him in the playoffs. I think he gets a first round sub here. So yeah, Logan Storley, whatever way he wants, but most likely by just like absolute dominating wrestling.
Yeah, if you lose your first fight and they don't want you to, then they set you up in your next fight to try to push you through to the playoffs. That's the PFOA, ladies and gentlemen. All right, before we move on, we're going to move on to tell you about Rhythm. If you're betting on player props, then you need to download Rhythm. Rhythm is the go-to sports betting tool that transforms complex data into actionable insights, empowering bettors with smarter, data-driven decisions. Unlike other platforms, Rhythm combines advanced predictive analytics with an intuitive user experience, making betting both easy and enjoyable. Rhythm's predictive models were born from the brains of MIT data scientists and quants with over 3 years of data that help drive you to better AI-backed betting decisions. Plus, it's never too early to start your NFL projections. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All righty, main event time. Gumby thinks it's another squash match. Let's see. Brennan Loughnane, he wasn't even good enough for the UFC. Come on. He can't be too big of a favorite here. Brennan Loughnane from England versus Justin Gonzales from the United States of America. 3 5-minute rounds. Gonzales, J-Train, 14-4. 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 1 time. 0-1 in PFL. 0-3 over his last 3. 2-4 over his last 6. Got knocked out in his last fight. He went 3-3 in Bellator. 1-0 Contender Series. Was the LFA champion, also a regional champion. 2 years younger than Loughnane and inch of reach. Loughnane is 28-5, 16 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 1 time. 10-2 in PFL and the 2022 champion. He's won 6 of his last 7, including winning his last fight via TKO. He went 1-0 in Contender Series. He's got multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get the shirt. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Get sticky with it and all those other catchphrases I say. Used to fight at lightweight. 0-1 in the UFC. 2010 Pro MMA debut. An inch of height over Gonzales. Fair to say Loughnane's made more money by not making it in the UFC? Probably.
I think probably. Because I think I'm not gonna say his talent has limits. Like I don't want to be that guy, but like he's probably not a making millions of dollars guy in the UFC. And he is here. He's got to be as big of a favorite as Umalatov, right? -800.
649. So a bit better for you.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I would have put him in the same path because I just don't know how Gonzales wins this fight. I mean, like maybe people think he can out wrestle Loughnane, but like remember you made that joke about him not being good enough for the UFC because he won a fight on Contender Series by absolutely piecing up Bill Algeo nonstop in their fight and then deciding with 30 seconds left, well, I've beaten the shit out of this guy enough. Why don't I just take him down for these last 30 seconds? And his takedown game's good enough. Like he's got, I hope it was Bill Algeo. Now I'm second guessing myself. Is it Bill Algeo? Bill Algeo.
It sounds right.
I think it was Bill Algeo. But anyway, Loughnane has like all right wrestling. Like it's not bad. And so,
Algeo.
Oh, hell yeah. Now I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So I don't think Justin Gonzales can outbox him. I think Justin Gonzales is wildly hittable. Like look at his fight with Gabriel Braga, who he fought last. That left hook was just, it was devastating. Like when it landed, you're like, oh, this guy can't take a punch from these big hitters that, and a lot of these featherweight guys can hit too. I don't know what he's doing in this season. I don't know what he's doing in a main event. I don't know what he's doing fighting Brendan Loughnane. But I'll take the -649 and bump up a parlay probably because that's probably still too low.
All right. Throw him in a parlay. All right. What are we going to tell you about? We're going to recap and then we're going to get out of here actually, because we got to come back tomorrow with another. We don't have to. We want to come back tomorrow with another episode. All right. He's got Loughnane. He's got Storley. He has got Umalatov. I still had to pause. It's like Charles Barkley's golf swing. I got a hitch. All right. So he's got 3 huge favorites to end off the card. I'm a bad man, right? I forgot to put that down, but you do have Jenkins too, right?
Yeah.
You were hoping he would be a bigger dog, but yes. Jenkins, Domínguez, Musaev. So he's got to pick him, a big dog, a small dog, and then 3 huge favorites. So you're all over the place. That's good. It's good. People are getting a range of picks, so they can choose. It's like a buffet, a lovely buffet of picks. All right, we're getting back tomorrow. Invicta is back. Finally, Gumby, Invicta is back. We're going to cover it. I think we've already covered 1 or 2 Invictas in our time here. So we're glad that Invicta is back. We will cover all of it tomorrow for you. In the meantime, and in between time and all times, there's someone in the Discord, usually a friendly person in the Discord as well. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Go in there. Even if you don't want to chat, you can just wave, say hi, just say, let us know you're there. Also, YouTube, let us know you're there by subscribing. If you haven't, our subscriber numbers based and our views, are they still skewed off? Like a bunch of people watching and not subscribing, Gumby?
The percentage is better, but you guys should just subscribe because it doesn't affect your life in any way. So.
Yeah, come on. Stop being jerks. That's, of course, MMA Gambling Podcast. You can also find us by searching how to make cocaine and searching, what was the grandma one? There's a grandma one too.
Well, that's just because we have good grandma content.
Yes, it's true. I can't remember what it was. Anyhow, we have some good search terms on there. So make sure you check us out there and subscribe. Where else should you check us out? You can check me out, my writing, and my free pick'em UFC pick'em contest at moneymma.substack.com. Thank you everyone who have subscribed there already. You can check Gumby out at Top Turtle MMA Podcast every week. He interviews interesting people and talks to a host that's not me, a co-host that's not me. So it's a bonus for everyone. Do you know who's on this week?
We are thick into my interviews on Contender Series, so it will be two.
Tell the people how many interviews you did. Tell the people how many you did the other day.
I wound up doing 5 last Wednesday. So
okay,
at least
it was going to be more, wasn't it?
There's going to be 7. 1 no-showed, 1 needed childcare and needed to reschedule. So that one is on the docket to possibly get picked up. But one of the ones you're going to get this week is Andreas Berg Gustafsson, who goes by the nickname Bane. Very interesting guy, very fun fighter to watch. Dude comes from a Greco-Roman background and just throws absolute haymakers nonstop until the fight's over. Gonna be really fun fighter to watch and a good interview. So at least him. I don't think I've picked out the second one going on the show yet. So Contender Series content on the way.
Fantastic. We always love that. So make sure you listen to that as well. And our main spot, you can find our writing and all our podcasts, everyone else's writings, and all our giveaways and all that good stuff is at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. So you can dress cool like Gumby and myself, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. So you help support us. All right, I'm going to let you bid farewell to people.
All right, I'm Dana Gumby Freeland. He's Irish Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.